So as everybody should know, Tucker Carlson is America's favorite talk show host. Is it a talk show? It's not a talk show. It's a news program. Well, a news program. Recently, he was on Dave Rubin's podcast. But no, that's not the sad reality. That's not the sad part of the story, even though it is. On Dave Rubin's podcast, which for some reason he was a guest, he admitted to lying on his show, specifically when he gets cornered. I really try not to, but I certainly do. He claimed he lies out of weakness while his rivals do so systematically and deliberately to defend the system. Let's read. Tucker Carlson admitted during a recent interview with conservative talk show host Dave Rubin that he sometimes lies on his show. The Fox News appeared on a news program. He responded, I mean, I lie if I'm really cornered or something. I lie. I mean, I lie if I'm really cornered or something. I lie. So basically what he's saying is if he gets caught, he lies to look bad. To look better. He lies to get out of the situation. Say he has somebody on and they've caught him or got him in a corner. He's going to lie to get out of the situation. Even if it's misinforming his viewers. He'll do it if he's cornered. The 52-year-old host, by the way, 52 years old. When I look at Tucker Carlson, honestly, he does not look 52 to me. It's kind of hard to think that man's 52. I don't know. He's aged well. I say he's aged well, but 99% chance it's just the makeup crew. Or the adrenochrome. Who knows? One or the other. I really try not to. I try never to lie on TV. I don't like lying, but I certainly do it, out of weakness or whatever. The 52-year-old host claimed that his rivals at competing news networks like CNN systematically and deliberately lied to protect the system. He added, so if these people ask themselves, why am I doing this? And they say, well, I want to protect the system because I really believe this is okay. Who's running the system? Okay, let's actually just listen about the statement from the horse's mouth.
When you have to cover some idiotic thing that Stelter said or Cuomo, just these clown people, when you have to cover it, right? Or Don Lemon, as you call him, how do you think they live with themselves at this point when they just lie again and again? And we have the internet to expose the lies. If this isn't 20 years ago when you were on CNN, and we couldn't expose things. We can expose it now, and they still do it.
Well, I guess I would ask myself, I lie. If I'm really cornered or something, I lie. I really try not to. I try never to lie on TV. I just don't, I don't like lying. I certainly do it, out of weakness or whatever. But to systematically lie like that without asking yourself, why am I doing this? So if these people ask themselves, why am I doing this? You say, well, because I want to protect the system, because I really believe in the system. Okay, who's running the system? You're lying to defend Jeff Bezos? You're treating Bill Gates like some sort of moral leader? Are you kidding? How dare you do that? How dare you use your power to protect and guard the powerful, even as you put your boot on the neck of the weakest piece?
By the way, Tucker Carlson was one of the people who beat the drums for war in Iraq. He is right now talking about this anti-establishment fervor that he feels, even though he is sponsored by some of the most powerful corporations on the planet. And he was one of the people beating that war drum, marching into the Iraq War. The Iraq War, which he'll use as a talking point against, say, Hillary Rodham Clinton or Biden, for example.
Some Catholic school kid from Kentucky? It's like a parody. Are you kidding?
Anyway, the first thing I want to say about this little interview or moment that Tucker had, which I thought was super interesting, is that he admitted to lying with basically not being asked to. Nobody asked him to lie. Nobody requested him to talk about himself lying. He specifically was asked about his opponent's lying. He could have just took the moment to lay into like Democrats for lying or into the quote unquote news establishment for lying. But instead, he specifically just randomly just gave up the fact that he lies when he's cornered and lies out of weakness.
Occurred is occurred.
Why would he give that up? Why would he just offer up the information that he'll lie when he's cornered? But I'm not really talking about the height of moral virtue in this man. This is the same man who said the comments about Iraqi monkeys. In fact, let's see if I can find the comments about Iraqi monkeys. Geek will have to edit this out, of course, if this is on YouTube. Iraqi monkeys.
Occurred is occurred.
Carlson. Whoa! A lot of subs from Ridiculous TV. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. And Amathos for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. And by the way, guys, my new goal is to get to 1,200 subs. It's been the same goal for forever. We haven't reached it in months. But if we can hit it, I'm going to do an IRL change my mind on a college campus. I don't know what it's going to be about, but I'm going to figure it out. It'll be some issue, something along those lines. You know?
Occurred is occurred.
Anyway, let's listen to it.
Iraq is a crappy place filled with a bunch of, semi-literate primitive monkeys.
Okay, well, that was an easy clip to find.
Iraq is a crappy place filled with a bunch of, semi-literate primitive monkeys.
Occurred is occurred.
Typical whining from a black politician about how you don't like me because I'm black, using racism as a defense, right? I catch you doing something that, you're a racist. The Congressional Black Caucus exists to blame the white man for everything. And I'm happy to say that in public because it's true. Everybody knows it's true. White men have, they've contributed some, I would say, like creating civilization and stuff. I think they've done a pretty, I don't know, whatever.
White people created civilization. Okay, buddy.
I still can't get over, Obama saying they're not gonna, they're gonna attack me because I'm black. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, that is so low to say something like that.
Well, see, Tucker, here's
everybody knows that Barack Obama would still be in the state senate in Illinois if he were white.
Hey, Tucker, Obama would kick your ass playing basketball.
Yeah, of course he would. He plays basketball. Come on.
He's black. Say it. He's a real brother. Hey, do you think?
I don't know how black he is, but I'm sure he's a good basketball player. He says he is, anyway.
I've been watching Obama's wife. Is it Michelle?
Michelle, yeah. Oh.
It seems like they might have her on. They might be whitening her a little bit. What do you think?
I tell you what. Yesterday she got ghetto and started snapping her neck. I'm like, that's a real sister right there.
No, she needs to do less of that, man. People in Indiana, and Pennsylvania.
She's going to be a problem for him. She's got an edge to her that's bad.
Yeah, I agree.
People expressing their opinions in America, that's bad.
Yeah, she starts getting that. She starts getting that.
I'm not attacking her personally. I'm just saying, as a public figure, you just get the feeling she's got a major chip on her shoulder.
Not like that.
There's some really good, immigrants. I just think it's, people who come to this country ought to have something to offer. Be hot, be really smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You just need
desirable.
Exactly. Hot or smart, and that's
hot
about
or
it.
Smart, that's right. But people that come over and pick lettuce, I'm not saying that's an undignified, that's great, and I admire people who work hard. But on the other hand, are those people who are going to build, a stronger country 20 years from now?
How could you salvage Iraq at this point?
I don't, it's beyond our control. I mean, if somehow the Iraqis decided to behave like human beings or something.
By the way, the Iraqis were behaving like human beings. It's instability that will make people have to go to desperate lengths or put them in desperate... For example, during economic depressions, crime skyrockets. This is true in every country in the world. When there's an economic recession, riots increase. And if there's a ton of instability and there's a giant governmental change and you just basically fire everybody that was a Ba'ath Party member during de-Baathification, yeah, you're going to cause a lot of instability. Yes.
But I just have zero sympathy for them or their culture, a culture where people just don't use toilet paper or forks.
And the way they treat women, you know, I agree with you. Their culture is, but you're in their homeland and you're over there.
It's really weird to hear, anytime I hear a conservative complaining, like a diehard conservative, right? A diehard mainstream conservative complaining about how they treat women, and then going on to praise like the Texan abortion law and talk about how that's great and wonderful and terrific, and then vote for Donald Trump. Oh, God, man. It hurts.
As an American who they hate, and they want nothing more than the Americans off of their soil, so they're not going to play games.
They can just shut the fuck up and obey, is my view.
Well, it's never going to be a civilized country because the people aren't civilized.
He need to say, look, I'm a bigot, okay? I'm a bigot. I don't like Islamic extremists. Like, if you are really heavily into Islam, I'm sorry, I don't care for you that much.
If you're really into Islam, I just don't care for you that much. I get he's trying to say he doesn't like Islamic extremists, but that's different than being really into Islam. I'm taking an Islamic history course right now. That doesn't mean I'm part of ISIS.
Much, and I don't care what that sounds like. You can call me a racist. You can come where the fuck you want.
And at this juncture, you could say that and not catch a lot of shit for it.
You certainly could. I'd vote for you if you said that.
Basically, we need a racist president. We need to get these Mexicans out here and the Islam. Let's kill all the Muslims.
Well, I kind of think, I think you're on to something. I mean, not someone who's like a Klansman or anything, but someone who's totally unbound by PC rules. So we'll just say whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, no, I'm like, every time I'll show these clips, people are like super surprised, but Tucker Carlson has had this forever. He's just slightly watered it down. And that's what he does on his show every day. He just waters it down. React to this Tucker Carlson meme, please.
Left is now telling you and demanding that you believe that anyone who supports Donald Trump is a white supremacist and must be destroyed. Now, they're telling you that for political reasons. This is election season, obviously, and they want more political power. But there are other reasons, too, that they're saying this. Ever wonder why rich people seem the most hysterical on the subject? Ever notice that it's the highest paid people on television who are the most determined to convince you that white supremacy is America's biggest problem? Why is that? Simple. Every minute you're angry about race is a minute you're not thinking about class, which, of course, is the real divide in this country. Working class people of all colors have a lot more in common, infinitely more in common with each other than they do with some overpaid MSNBC anchor. And if you were allowed to think about that...
Every single time I hear somebody say, like, oh, wait, Comrade Tucker, what's going on? I want to throw myself through a window. My God. By the way, for everybody who was saying, wait, you can't criticize how Islamic countries treat women unless you did it to this women. Yeah, if you don't respect women and their rights, your criticisms fall hollow to me. Because what you're doing is you're criticizing something you can't change, but then you have the ability to change something here, and then you're like, wait, no, but that's good though. That's why I roll my eyes. Tucker being based in lefty-pilled company. Oh, God, it hurts. Tucker is just as much of a worker as Hassan. True. Unironically kind of true. Unironically kind of true.